It was Memorial Day weekend, 2002, the unofficial start of summer in Ocean City, Maryland. The boardwalk was alive with tourists, laughter mixing with the crash of the waves. Families filled the hotels, music spilled from beach bars, and the small resort town was at its liveliest. Among the visitors were two friends from Fairfax, Virginia, Joshua Ford and Martha Geney Crutchley. They had planned a simple escape, a few days away from work and routine, a break to enjoy the sun and the ocean. Josh, 32, worked as a mortgage broker. Dependable, responsible, and kind, he was the person friends and co-workers relied on for advice and support. Geney, 51, was an insurance executive, professional, warm, and generous. Though from different stages of life, their bond was strong, grounded in friendship and trust. They sought relaxation and peace, a weekend to recharge. Neither could have anticipated the darkness that awaited them. Their path would soon cross with a young couple whose lives were defined by risk, control, and obsession. Erika Grace Sifrit and Benjamin B.J. Sifrit were in their 20s, newly married and outwardly the picture of youth and vitality. Erika had been an honor student, a college athlete, disciplined, confident, and competitive. Benjamin was a former Navy SEAL trainee, charming yet unpredictable, capable of sudden shifts from calm to aggression. They had married in 1998, seemingly the perfect match, living a life full of travel, adventure, and business ventures. But beneath the surface, their relationship was fueled by chaos and thrill-seeking. Investigators later described their bond as dependent on adrenaline and control, a connection strengthened by pushing boundaries and embracing danger. That Memorial Day weekend, the Sifrits' impulses would collide with Joshua and Geney's simple desire for a quiet getaway. On May 25th, Joshua and Geney boarded a local bus heading to Secret's nightclub. The bus was crowded, humid, and alive with tourists, eager for summer nightlife. That night, they met Erika and Benjamin Sifrit, who didn't have enough fare to cover the ride. Josh, ever considerate, offered to pay. That small act of kindness would unknowingly set off a chain of events that could never be undone. At Secret's, the four mingled, laughed, and drank. Photos and witness statements later confirmed that they appeared cheerful, blending seamlessly with the crowd. Yet behind Erika's smile, a different story was unfolding. The Sifrits had begun what investigators would later call the game, a ritual of testing, manipulation, and control designed to provoke fear and assert dominance. The first seeds of danger were subtle, casual accusations, small psychological traps. Court records would later reveal that the Sifrits often used fabricated claims, such as accusing someone of stealing Erika's purse, to escalate tension and control the situation. Hours passed, and the nightclub began to empty. The four decided to leave together, Joshua and Geney unaware of the intentions of the couple they had just met. What seemed like a friendly night out was, in reality, a prelude to something far more sinister. They arrived at the Rainbow, a beachfront condo on 112th Street. The streets of Ocean City were quieting down, summer revelers heading home. Joshua and Geney likely had no idea the evening would soon take a dark turn. Laughter and camaraderie would give way to fear and violence, orchestrated by Erika and Benjamin. Inside the condo, the Sifrits initiated the confrontation. Allegations of a stolen purse, likely fabricated, lured Joshua and Geney further into the trap. Investigators later described the scenario as meticulously planned, a combination of psychological manipulation and coercion, executed with chilling precision. That night, the two friends entered a world they could not escape. Evidence later revealed that Joshua was shot with a .357 Magnum, registered to Erika, and Geney was stabbed and later dismembered. The Sifrit's actions were deliberate, calculated, and horrifying, designed to assert ultimate control and satisfy their thirst for adrenaline. After the killings, the Sifrits wrapped the bodies and transported them to Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, where they disposed of the remains in a grocery store dumpster and landfill. The victims were gone, leaving only the traces of terror and confusion for those left behind. Back in Ocean City, concern quickly grew. Friends called, family worried. No one had heard from Joshua or Geney. Police began a missing persons investigation, initially unaware of the full scope of the horror. The investigation revealed disturbing patterns. The Sifrits had created a world where thrill, control, and fear were intertwined, pushing each other to extremes. Alcohol, drugs, and obsession blurred the line between fantasy and reality. For them, the ultimate power lay in orchestrating chaos and controlling life and death. In the days that followed, investigators had few leads. The condo appeared untouched. No immediate evidence suggested foul play, but small breaks began to surface. On May 31st, Benjamin and Erika were arrested for a minor burglary at a Hooters restaurant, unrelated to the murders, but the arrest triggered a cascade of discoveries. During a search of Erika's purse, police found the driver's licenses of Joshua Ford and Martha Geney Crutchley, linking the missing pair to the Sifrits. A full search warrant on the condo uncovered blood, shell casings, and other evidence directly connecting the Sifrits to the killings. Witnesses came forward. Melissa Sealing testified she had visited the condo days after the murders and narrowly escaped becoming another victim. Interviews and evidence revealed a pattern of manipulation, control, and escalation, demonstrating that the murders were deliberate, not impulsive. The first part of this story leaves us with chilling questions. How does a young couple, seemingly normal, become capable of such calculated violence? How did the thrill of control and dominance evolve into murder? And could anyone have predicted what would happen that Memorial Day weekend? Joshua and Geney came to Ocean City seeking a brief escape, laughter, and relaxation. They left behind the ordinary world and unknowingly stepped into a nightmare engineered by Erika and Benjamin Sifrit, a deadly game that would change lives forever. The night of May 26th, 2002 marked the point when a simple night out turned into one of Maryland's most chilling murder cases. After leaving Secret's nightclub, Joshua Ford and Martha Geney Crutchley returned with Erika and Benjamin Sifrit to the Rainbow, a beachfront condo on 112th Street. It was quiet outside, the hum of the resort town subdued as the summer revelers began heading home. What seemed like a casual invitation was, in truth, a meticulously set trap. Inside the condo, the Sifrits confronted Joshua and Geney, alleging that Erika's purse had been stolen. Whether real or fabricated, the accusation was enough to move the victims further into the Sifrits' control. Court records later revealed that the Sifrits often employed these fabricated scenarios to manipulate and frighten their targets. Evidence would later show that Joshua was shot with a .357 Magnum registered to Erika, while Geney was stabbed. The violence was deliberate, precise, and terrifying. Investigators later described the murders as meticulously orchestrated, a combination of psychological control, planning, and the Sifrits' thirst for adrenaline and dominance. Following the killings, the Sifrits wrapped the bodies and transported them to Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. There they disposed of the remains in a grocery store dumpster and a landfill, leaving few immediate clues. Yet forensic evidence, blood traces, shell casings, and ballistics would eventually reveal the horrifying truth. As Joshua and Geney's friends and family grew increasingly concerned, authorities began a missing persons investigation. The condo showed no signs of struggle, and the victim's belongings were undisturbed. For several days, it appeared as though the couple had vanished without explanation. The investigation took an unexpected turn on May 31st, 2002, when the Sifrits were arrested for a minor burglary at a Hooters restaurant in Ocean City. Though unrelated to the murders, the arrest led to the discovery of Joshua and Geney's driver's licenses in Erika's purse, directly linking the missing friends to the Sifrits. A search warrant was executed on the condo. Inside, investigators found blood in the bathroom, spent shell casings, and other evidence directly connecting the Sifrits to the killings. Forensic analysis later confirmed that the blood belonged to Joshua Ford, and ballistics matched the revolver registered to Erika. Witness testimony further illustrated the Sifrits' pattern of manipulation and control. Melissa Sealing recounted visiting the condo days later, nearly becoming another victim of the couple's twisted game. The Sifrits had created a world where control, chaos, and fear were intertwined, and they thrived on pushing boundaries. The courtroom became the stage for understanding the full scope of the Sifrits' crimes. Benjamin went first. In April 2003, prosecutors presented forensic evidence, witness testimony, and the psychological pattern that had defined his relationship with Erika. Benjamin's defense argued that Erika was the instigator, painting him as a participant but not the driving force. After deliberation, the jury convicted him of second-degree murder in Geney's death, but acquitted him of Joshua's murder. He was sentenced to 38 years in prison. Erika's trial began in June 2003. Prosecutors argued she had orchestrated the killings, controlled the events of that night, and ultimately ensured the murders occurred. Her defense suggested she had been coerced by Benjamin, trapped in a cycle of fear and control. The jury was unconvinced. In August 2003, Erika was convicted of first-degree murder in Joshua's death and second-degree murder in Geney's. She was sentenced to life in prison, plus 20 years. Parole requests for both were denied. Benjamin remains eligible in 2030, Erika in 2024. Both remain incarcerated in Maryland. The impact on the victims' families is profound, a permanent wound left by senseless violence. Friends and relatives remember Joshua and Geney not as statistics, but as people full of ambition, kindness, and life, taken far too soon. The Sifrits became emblematic of what investigators termed thrill killings, acts of murder committed not for revenge, jealousy, or greed, but for the intoxicating rush of control and danger. Their story captured national attention, a chilling reminder of how quickly ordinary appearances can hide unimaginable violence. Even now, questions remain. Why did Erika and Benjamin Sifrit commit such acts? Was it the thrill of power, the desire for dominance, or something even darker? Can anyone truly understand how ordinary young people become capable of such brutality? In Ocean City, a town built on sand, sun, and summer laughter, their actions cast a shadow that endures. The boardwalks and beaches, once vibrant with joy, now carry the memory of a weekend when kindness was repaid with cruelty. Joshua Ford and Martha Geney Crutchley were not perpetrators, but victims, friends whose lives were stolen in an instant. Their story serves as a reminder of the fragility of life, the unpredictability of human behavior, and the importance of vigilance and empathy. The case of Erika and Benjamin Sifrit illustrates the darkest consequences of unchecked impulses and obsession. It is a story of manipulation, thrill-seeking, and the devastating results when control and chaos become more important than human life. As we reflect on this tragedy, we are left with questions that may never be fully answered. How did a seemingly ordinary couple descend into murder? Could the violence have been anticipated or prevented? And most importantly, What can we learn to protect ourselves and those we care about? Memorial Day weekend 2002 began as a time for celebration and freedom. For Joshua and Geney, it became a nightmare. For Erika and Benjamin, it became the ultimate thrill, a deadly game that would leave a permanent mark on all involved. As you consider this story, think about the hidden complexities of those around us. Trust, caution, and awareness are vital, because sometimes evil hides behind a familiar smile, a friendly gesture, or a shared drink. This is the story of Erika and Benjamin Sifrit, and the tragic fate of Joshua Ford and Martha Geney. Crutchley. A tale of trust betrayed, lives lost, and the chilling consequences of a deadly game. What do you think drove Erika and Benjamin to murder? Was it thrill, obsession, fear, or something darker? Share your thoughts below. Your perspective matters. If you found this story compelling, subscribe for more true crime documentaries where we explore the hidden motives and consequences of real-life tragedies.